Alright mate, Mr Berryman, you're under arrest for the attempted murder on Friday the 24th of February 2023 on Hamstead Road.
If ever you can expect a moment in time where you should be able to feel safe and mourn your loved one peacefully, it should be at a funeral.
This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. CCTV shows the moment that a gunman opens fire at a funeral, injuring 7 people and leaving others running for their lives. This was at the funeral of Akeem Bailey, who was 17 years old when he was stabbed to death. A man was convicted and jailed for 11 years for his manslaughter, and this was in October of 2022. His family and friends had gathered at St Mary's Church Hall on Hamstead Road in Lozells / Handsworth on the evening of the 24th of February 2023. At around 6 PM, 4 shots were fired from a stolen Nissan Qashqai, and it drove towards a crowd of people before it sped off. A man aged 19 was hit in the chest, and another man of the same age was hit in the foot. An 18-year-old man was hit in the right knee, while a girl aged 14 was hurt when she was knocked over and trampled as people fled the gunshots. I went to the scene of this incident, and it shows the aftermath and the church that it happened outside. This week, Meshaq Berryman has been jailed after he was identified as the gunman that opened fire from the rear passenger seat of the vehicle. The next day, the car was found abandoned 2 miles away in Lozells. After a 3-week trial at Birmingham Crown Court earlier this year, Berryman was found guilty of 3 charges of attempted murder. Another man was cleared of 3 charges of attempted murder after the trial, which started at Birmingham Crown Court. Berryman has admitted possession with intent to supply crack cocaine and cannabis after they found 40 wraps of drugs along with digital scales at his home after he was raided. He'll be sentenced on the 6th of December, and Detective Inspector Francis Knock from the Major Crime Team said this was a targeted shooting of people that had come together to mourn the death of a young man. The young man who died didn't have any connections to gangs, but Berryman believed that people who were linked to gangs would be at his wake. This easily could have been a triple murder investigation, and it's simply by luck that it wasn't. We have a massive amount of officers that we used to investigate this and to ensure that we found out everything and got all the CCTV, mobile phone data and forensic evidence that placed Berryman in the car at the time when the shots were fired.
One young man was shot to the chest, another to the leg and another to the foot. Thankfully, they all received urgent medical care which saved their lives. It was obvious to us from the start that this was a gang-related shooting. The offenders expected to find persons in the crowd who they deemed to be rival gang members and committed this offence in furtherance of a gang dispute which has plagued the streets of Birmingham for years. The investigation was complicated. The gunman sat in the rear of that vehicle, fired 4 shots into the crowd. Offenders had taken good steps to cover their tracks. The stolen vehicle had been quickly deposited. They left nothing behind aside from the bullets in their victims and casings found on the street nearby. A huge amount of CCTV.
So rest in peace to Akeem Bailey, and I definitely look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on that story, and thank you for following this story as well. Some stories don't get covered and finish in a week or 2. Sometimes it can take a year, maybe 2, maybe even more. But we'll always follow the stories until the end. In some other news coming from Worcester Police, a man has been jailed after stabbing another man inside a hotel in April this year. Callum Parslow, 32 years old, was arrested on the 2nd of April after seriously injuring a 25-year-old Eritrean man at a hotel in Worcester. The jury heard how Parslow had carried out a carefully planned attack that had took weeks to make, where he had researched hotels that were housing asylum seekers. He planned a nearly 5-mile journey from his flat, bought an expensive knife from the US, and also prepared a manifesto that he intended to publicise after the attack. On the 2nd of April, Parslow left his flat on foot before travelling by taxi to a canal path and walking along country lanes before reaching the rural country hotel, the Pear Tree Inn. At the time of the attack, the hotel was undergoing renovations and it wasn't housing any asylum seekers for a number of weeks. The victim that was in the hotel at the time was eating there because he'd been offered to by the hotel manager. When he entered the hotel, Callum approached the victim and asked him where he was from. The man replied that he's from Eritrea, and Parslow then went to the toilet, returned a short time later, pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the chest and also the hand. The victim was taken to hospital by the hotel manager and one of the builders renovating the hotel, where he received treatment for his injuries. Local police detained Parslow on the canal towpath and he was taken to Worcester police station, where detectives searched his address and found several weapons that included an axe, a knife, a baseball bat and other items. Detectives from the Counter-Terrorism Police in West Midlands, that was called in support of West Mercia Police on the day of the attack, gathered information that was found on his phone that was hateful and extreme, and it was a right-wing terrorist manifesto that he'd created. The attack was declared a terrorist incident on the 7th of April by the Senior National Coordinator for Counter-Terrorism Policing. He gave no comment to interviews, and material found on his phone showed him giving a Nazi salute and also Nazi symbols and right-wing propaganda, and a tattoo on his arm of Adolf Hitler's signature. The head of Counter-Terrorism Police for West Midlands, Detective Chief Inspector Alison Hurst, said Parslow carried out a carefully planned attack with a right-wing mindset, and he targeted victims based on their ethnicity. He intended to kill an asylum seeker and he was arrested as a result of this. He was evicted from his flat and he also lost his job. Thankfully, the victim will be able to recover from the physical injuries, but we're not sure how long the mental injuries will take. So this story shows how extremist propaganda can lead to people taking things into their own hands and other people getting hurt for no reason. I look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on that story. Please don't forget to share as well to support the channel and drop a comment below. And don't forget to follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios on Telegram, TikTok, Twitter and also Instagram. Peace.